Joe Hopkins here, and today I'm doing another episode of You Need to Hear This Album, where I review only albums that I actually like. One of these days I might do one that I don't like, and the damn shame of it is I'm out of PBR, so I'm digging up the leftovers from previous beer reviews, because a lot of times you get, you know, 6-packs and whatnot, and I got all this stuff left in my fridge. I think this is the Dirt Wolf. That, yeah, wish I had a PBR, honestly. I like that stuff. Or an old German or something. But anyway, have a drink with me and let's talk about the new Taylor Swift album. Because I listened to some of it. Here's the deal. I listened to about half of it. Why half? Because it's a damn long album. It's like 2.5 albums. Which is great and all, but I have a wife and kid, and it's hard to get the time to sit and listen to like 2.5 hours of music straight through. So I listen to the first half. I'll get to the second half when, or more importantly, if I get to. And we'll take a look. You know, I get the idea though. The first half. I'll talk about the first half. The first half is a damn good album. Yeah. Everything I heard is pretty damn good. There weren't any songs I didn't like. I at least liked all of them. They all went from I like to I really think it's amazing. I got the, you know, yeah, a couple of songs I really liked a lot. And lyrically, they're all incredibly good. Some of the songs I was like meh on didn't have to do with the lyrical content as much as the instrumentation and production. Sometimes just didn't really grab me. You know what I mean? But also, I'm old, so I don't know. Maybe the kids like that kind of stuff, and I'm just old. Or maybe not everyone is a winner. I don't know. There's a lot of songs on there. You got 31 songs on an album. Some of them are going to be, you know, not the best, I guess. But I thought lyrically they were all at least very solid, and some of them really hit the ball out of the park, in my opinion, you know? I really do like Taylor Swift. I got a lot of respect for somebody that can put out this much music in a couple years' time and all of it be solidly good, anywhere from good to great. And that's hard to do. That's a high bar there. You know what I mean? The woman's a great songwriter. Having listened to at least the first half, I can tell you, the woman is very literate. She reads a lot. I don't think all of the songs are personal, to be honest with you. I think sometimes she's writing about fictional relationships, fictional things, and then taking however she feels about something in her life and inserting it into it, which songwriters do that. You know what I mean? We'll come up with a fictional relationship and take all the bullshit we're feeling about something else and put it in there. You anthropomorphize things, okay? See, the bullshit I'm dealing with, you might not relate to, but if I take that bullshit and pretend that bullshit is a woman and we're having a bad relationship, now I can write a relationship song that other people can relate to. I can do a done me wrong song. It's not the woman that did me wrong, it was something else. But, you know, bullshit is bullshit. It all feels pretty similar. So whether I'm screwed over by this thing or that thing, it all feels about the same and works good for songs. You know, yeah, I get the impression she's doing that a little bit. Also been reading a lot of poetry and obviously taking it to heart. Taylor Swift is. This album is very, the lyrics, very poetry, very poetic, very much like she's been reading little books of poetry. I don't know who. I don't read a lot of poetry, but I appreciate it. And, you know, my wife would have a better idea of what kind of poetry this sounds like. My wife's a poet. She's into poetry. So I recognize it, and I can recognize she's been reading a lot and taking inspiration from it. And I appreciate that as well. I like that. That's pretty cool. Take something out there and insert it into what you're doing. That works. That's a great thing to do. Also, I've heard some complaints about the number of E's next to her songs. Explicit. Oh my God. All of a sudden, it's a big deal for some reason. And yeah, man, there are some songs she says fuck a lot. And I think it's because there are some things in life that you just have to say fuck. Okay? I say it. I say it. Because there are some things that happen that you just say, fuck. Just fuck. That happens a lot in life, right? And I can dig it. Besides, I've actually gotten to hear a lot of people complaining about explicit content in her songs. And it's like, you know, I thought we got over this in the 90s. Really, the whole explicit content thing. Didn't we get over it in the 90s? Didn't we get past that? Anyway, whatever. Just my thought. All right, so I had some thoughts on it here. The opening track with Post Malone I thought was pretty good. That's a pretty solidly good song. But the second track, which is the title track, Tortured Poets Department, I thought that was really good. I thought that was a really good song. Honestly, I thought So Long London was a phenomenal song. That is just really phenomenal. That and track 8, Florida, I thought was really, really good. She did that with Florence and the Machine, and I like them. I like Florence and the Machine. And I thought that was a really, really good song. I thought the song I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, man, that one got me, right? Because she's talking about performing and being able to do it and do it at a high level. Do your thing at a high level with a smile on your face, even though you're hurting inside. And I think we've all been there with that to some degree, you know? Yeah, like I can do it with a broken heart. I know I can. I've been hurt and still gotten out there and done whatever it is, right? In some cases, it's been performing. In some cases, it's been doing YouTube videos. And in some cases, it's just sucking it up and doing my job at whatever job I'm at, even though I feel like shit. I think everybody can relate to that to some degree because everybody's had to just suck it up and go do what they have to do, even though they feel horrible. And we've all had that. I think we've all had that. Most of us have. If you've lived even a reasonably long life, I mean, goddamn, by the time you're 25, you should kind of have had that at least once or twice. Good Lord. So, yeah, I thought it was a very good album. Solidly good, man. The songwriting is top notch, which I appreciate because there are so many people these days. So much of the top of the charts is lyrically crap. Just crap. There aren't many good songwriters. There are a lot of people getting paid way too much. A lot of these songwriting teams, and they're just pumping out junk. And I think that's why Taylor Swift is as popular as she is right now, because she's actually showing up and bringing her A game in a whole realm of music where so much of it is shit. I mean, it is. A lot of it is shit. Even if it's well-produced shit, it's lyrically shit. These are really good lyrics. These are really good songs. These are really well thought out. And a lot of stuff now isn't. And I like that. I like it when somebody shows up with something really good. And that's what this is. This is something that's really good. You can sit down and listen to it and enjoy it. And I think my wife is listening to it like one song at a time. So it'll take her like a couple months to get through the whole album. And she does that because she wants to absorb it. And if you're the kind of person that really wants to absorb it one song at a time, yeah, do that. Because it's a lot. It's 31 songs in the album. I listened to the first 16, 17 of them, something like 17. First 17 songs. I got to Black Dog and ran out of time to listen to music. You know, you got to schedule time for that, I guess. I don't know. I'd listen to it in the car, but other people are choosing the music in the car. So, okay. Anyway, so yeah, if you're the kind of person that wants to deeply absorb each song, one at a time makes sense. Maybe two, songs, but when you listen to a whole thing all the way through, you get the flow of it. And that feels pretty good sometimes. And I really do get the flow of it. But I gotta say, some of them songs really got me right here. Because even when she's talking about stuff that, like relationship stuff, right? And this is where I get the impression that some of the relationship songs aren't really about the relationships. She's maybe taking some other bullshit in her life and putting it on this. And yeah, because it's like, no, I recognize the feeling. I recognize what you're going at, even though I'm not having a relationship problem. I recognize the problem. And yeah, I can dig that. It gets me. It's good stuff, good songwriting. And like I said, I think a certain amount of what she's writing about is fictitious. Oh, too much beer. This isn't my first one today. So yeah, I think a certain amount of it is fictitious, which is another thing songwriters do, man. We like to read about or other, read stories, make up stories in our heads, invent characters, and then write songs about them. Personally, my wife's a writer, so I get to write songs about her characters. She writes some pretty good characters, right? I don't know if Taylor Swift reads other people's stuff and writes about their characters or makes up characters of her own in her own little brain there. And a number of the songs are basically just the standard frustrated, everybody's getting on my case and I'm sick of it, fuck you all kind of songs. I can dig that too. I've been there. You don't have to be in the entertainment industry to get to that point, right? You can get there in any job, really. Yeah. Yeah, we all have had those days at work where we're like, oh, fuck all of you people. Straight to hell. But she's having that, like, those days, in front of the world. But, whatever inspired these songs, they're good songs. She has expressed certain emotions very well, very accurately, very poetically, with good lyrics. I love the lyrics. I love them. Like I said, some of the production and instrumentation isn't really my jam so much, but I dig it. And to a great degree, the lyrical content and her wonderful voice. She has a good voice. It carries me through it, right? Even though, like I said, production-wise, not always my jam. But I like the songs. I appreciate them. And a couple of them are so good that I can't help but like them, even with this particular style of production. I still like them. I can't help myself, and I'm really hoping that the whole thing does well. It's already doing well, man. People were calling in sick to work to stay home and listen to her album. I don't know. I didn't. I waited till I had a day off with today. I can't drink on a work day if I have to go to work later. So, yeah, I would recommend you do what I did. You sit down and you have a few, drink a few beers, and listen to the album. And I've been just drinking random stuff. Like I said, I'm out of my normal thing, and I'm just going through and getting the leftovers of previous whatevers. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. That's an album you need to hear. Even if you're not a big Taylor Swift fan, give it at least a listen. Listen to a couple of the songs. Go through it a little bit. See what all the hubbub is about at least. Right? Because I hear people bitching about it that obviously didn't listen to any of it. Like, you don't bitch about it if you're not going to listen to it. At least listen to it a little bit and then say you don't like it. You might like it. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, those would be my recommendations, though. Give Florida and So Long London a listen. Those two songs at least are worth a solid listen. And if you still don't like it, okay. But that's my opinion. Anyway, I'm gonna finish it. There we go. Yeah, baby. All right, so I'm done my beer, and I'm done my review of this album, Taylor Swift. I don't remember what the hell. Tortured Poets Department. Tortured Poets Department. Yeah, I've done my review of the Tortured Poets Department. Don't get on my case. Tortured poets are also alcoholics, okay? A lot of them were. And I'm not an alcoholic. I'm drinking on my day off. So anyway, you guys give that album a listen. Give it a listen. And see if the thing you got to do, everybody complains about how she's writing about boyfriends and breakups, and just keep in mind, man, bullshit is bullshit. Take the bullshit you're feeling, because you got bullshit. We all got bullshit. Take it and put that bullshit into that context, and then listen to it and see if it doesn't hit you a little bit harder, right? Let's say you're not in a relationship problem. You're in a problem with something else, some other bullshit. Take that bullshit, make it your lover that has left you. And now how does it feel? Yeah, that's a relationship now, right? Yeah, like I said, songwriter trick. You take your bullshit and you make it your significant other, and then now you have a relationship song. Yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video, and peace out, baby. Bye-bye.